I'm the assistant varsity coach for the Liberty Blue Jays. Coach Sturts had a classroom commitment, so you guys are stuck with me. I apologize in advance. I kind of run the defense for the Blue Jays and help out with other things. Obviously, the whole coaching staff helps me with the defense, and I help the other coaches with some of their duties. But as far as a list of, hey, here's what you really need to focus on, I focus on the defense for the varsity. So I know a lot about that. I know a lot about other stuff too. So I'll answer your questions the best you can. I'm happy to be here. On my bucket list of things to do as a coach is to sit in front of a press conference. It's a dream come true. So I'm honored to be here. As far as our team, we're 4-1 so far. I'm guessing Coach Sturts talked to you guys about the Kickapoo tournament already down in Springfield. We went 3-1 and had some tough wins. Last week we got a couple of wins. Really tough win against Fort Osage. Where honestly, we could have easily lost that game. We did not play good defense and we did not shoot well, but we still found a way to pull it out. Which I think is a sign of a good team, winning games that maybe you shouldn't sometimes. And Fort Osage was a solid team. And I've been telling people, I'd rather win ugly than lose pretty any day of the week. So we'll gladly take the win. But the team and the coaching staff, we know that we're going to have to play better if we're going to continue to beat teams like that, because Fort Osage is one of the top teams in our districts. So I have a feeling if we play like that again against them down the road, we won't be as fortunate. So we were happy to get the win, but we're also not satisfied. We know we can get a lot better. We also beat North Kansas City last week, beat them at their place. Good week last week, 2-0. This week, Tuesday, we got, I should say tonight, we play Park Hill. It's the Coaches versus Cancer game, kind of raising awareness and raising some money for cancer. And my mom actually had cancer back a few years ago, and she's doing great now. And so the Coaches versus Cancer game is always special to me. And then Friday we've got, or not Friday, I should say Thursday, we're in the Hy-Vee shootout as well against Olathe Northwest, and they've got a nice team as well. And then the week after that we got St. Joe Central, and then we get ready for William Jewell. So we got busy schedule. We've been busy. The kids have been working really hard, and they're really excited about the next several games coming up on the schedule. And with that, I will open up to your questions. Yeah.
What improvements have you seen made so far this year?
We got a lot of young guys, guys that haven't had as much experience. Last year we graduated, 7 or 8 seniors. That being said, we did have a lot of guys contribute last year. We also got a lot of new guys this year that we weren't sure what to expect once they got out on the floor. And I'd say probably the biggest improvement I've seen, speaking for me, is just the confidence level of the kids. Down at Kickapoo, you could tell, hey, some of these kids are not used to the varsity level, they're adjusting. Whereas now, when we call them, hey, you're in, there's a look of confidence in their eye, and you can see it in their play when they go out there. There's not that deer in the headlights, oh my gosh, what am I going to do out here? They're confident in themselves, they're confident in their teammates, they trust in the system, and it's just good to see that. As the season progresses, the more we put them out there, the more they play. It's good that they're getting more confident because it means they're performing well. And one thing last week, 2 games, we had 16 turnovers total for those 2 games. I think we had 9 in one game and 7 in another game. So we're really taking care of the ball. Against Fort Osage, we didn't shoot well and they shot well, but the thing that probably won us the game is that we forced about 16 turnovers and we only gave up 7 turnovers, and that's a big difference. That's 9 possessions where we have an opportunity to score. And we held, Fort Osage 0 for 5 from 3-point land, whereas we were, we started hitting some threes. So that's a big difference. Threes are worth more than 2s. I'll always take a 2 right at the rim over a 3-point attempt, but if we're going to hit threes and the other team's not going to hit them, that's extra points for us. forcing some turnovers, taking care of the ball, and getting some good shots all comes with confidence, and we're starting to see that with our guys. Yeah.
What are some keys going to be tonight against Park Hill?
Oh, I talked to the team yesterday. I'm a defensive guy, and there was things lacking against Fort Osage that's going to get you beat against good teams. And I would say the first part of defense, the most important part is getting your defense set. You got to get back, protect the goal, locate the ball, and then locate your man. And we did not do a good job of that against Fort Osage, and that's half the battle. If you can get your defense set and get the rim protected and not give up easy layups, you're going to have a good chance to do some good things. We didn't do that against Fort Osage. We worked on it yesterday quite a bit at practice, and I anticipate we do a better job in transition tonight than we did Friday. That being said, we can still want to continue to take care of the ball and hopefully force some turnovers. Park Hill has got a very balanced team. They don't really have one guy that you look at and you're like, wow, he's a star player. But they have about 6-7 guys from top to bottom that average about 6 to 8 points. So they're very balanced. So it's not going to be sometimes you go into a game and you're like, we really need to focus on this guy and shut him down. It's not going to be like that tonight. We got 6 or 7 guys that we got to account for and do a good job of on the defensive end if we're going to have a chance. So we're going to have a good team effort tonight all around on both ends of the floor. Everyone's going to have to guard their man. They're going to have to help out each other. And on the offensive end, we want to continue to go inside out. And what I mean by that is attack the rim either with the pass or the dribble. And then once you go inside, the defense will collapse, and then you can kick it outside, and then you get some of those three-pointers that a lot of our guys like to hoist up there. But we don't want to just go down the floor, catch the ball, and chuck a three. We want to continue to attack the paint, and then the three-pointer will come off a drive, off a kick out, or a post up. So if we do those things, protect the goal on one end, and attack inside out on the offensive end, we like our chances. Yeah.
Who are some key players that have really stood out this year?
Well, and one strength of our team is our depth. We got a lot of guys. And we've had different people step up. Each night it seems like it's a different guy. Down at Kickapoo, Artie Tuggle took 5 charges, and I was telling him I'm a big defensive guy, and I don't think Artie took a single charge at all last year on the JV, and for him to take 5 charges in 3 games was a big deal to me, and I feel like Artie's done a nice job stepping up as a senior. Brandon Moultrie saw a little bit of time on varsity last year. This year he's been starting for us, and he's been doing a really good job. Part of the reason our turnovers have been down is our ball handling has picked up from last year. We got Brandon Moultrie running the point guard, and Kellen Turner bringing the ball up. Also, you got Brandon Cardiff, Brady Newland, some other guys at the guard. Really strong ball handlers, and that's what we've been doing a good job, like I've been saying, taking care of the ball, which is a big deal for our team. If you can take care of the ball, that's more shots at the goal. We also got a new guy, Kwaku Dua, who moved in this year, and he's one of those guys that just every game he seems like he just improves more. First game he came out there and looked like he was very unfamiliar with what we were doing and a little skittish, and then on each game he's improved up to that. And against Fort Osage he played a huge role, and Fort Osage was tall. I mean they started 6'7", 6'7", 6'6", and 6'5", I believe, 4 of their 5 starters. And we're not that tall. Kwaku's one of our taller guys, and he really guarded the paint and did a good job getting some scores inside. And he looks night and day different from the first game down at Kickapoo. He's improved a lot throughout the season. Reese Frizzell hit some big shots for us where we got down on Friday. It's just been different guys. It's hard to point to one person and say, hey, this person's really standing out, because we got different guys every night. It's a variety of people doing different things. So yeah, several guys, and I'm anxious to see tonight who steps up, because it just seems like it's a different person every night, and that's what we like about our team. We got some depth, and we have confidence in several different people. Yeah.
How do you keep your guys fresh when you're playing a lot of games here early in the season?
And that's another thing that helps with having some depth. Yeah, we're playing games, bang, 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 but we're not overworking guys. We don't have guys in there the entire game, every game of the week. I remember down in Kickapoo, we played Reed Springs, and they had a really nice player, but he played the entire game and the entire overtime. And I thought to myself, man, he just must be wiped out because he does everything for his team. He rebounds, he scores, he blocks, he does everything, and he plays every minute. And we don't have that on our team. We don't play guys the entire game because we got so many guys that can contribute with depth. So that really helps us to stay fresh, is being able to substitute quality guys in there that can do the job and not have to overwork people. Also, you just have to be smart at practice. You have to know, hey, we always go 100% at practice, but as coaches, we have to be smart. Hey, what are we going to do? Are we going to go a rebounding defensive all out, all practice, or do we want to, hey, get some shooting in, do some other things that aren't as physical, that aren't going to wear on us throughout the season? So some of those things you do at the beginning of the year, as far as practice goes, that are really working them hard and getting after it 100% full bore. You got to be smart about that as a coach. We still want to go 100%, but we don't want to overwork our guys at practice either. We got to be smart about that. And then, me and Coach Sturts, we talk about to the team, taking care of yourself. You got to get the proper amount of sleep, doing the right thing all the time, and taking care of yourself, putting the right things in your body are important things. And so our players do a nice job really taking care of themselves and making sure they're in good shape. And then we got to give some props to the trainers as well. Anytime we got a guy that's got a minor injury or something, they're always right there, and our guys get it taken care of. Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about your book, Hardwood.
Yes. I recently published a book called Heaven on the Hardwood. My man Sam Griffin is in there. Got several players in there. And my book just talks about kind of my journey in the game of basketball. What I've learned from when I was a little kid wanting to be an NBA player. Through my time here at Liberty when I played, I graduated back in 2005 and went off to college to Mizzou, tried out for the team. Somehow they didn't let me on. I don't know how. I mean, I'm so tall and athletic. Not really. But the book just kind of goes through my journey, how I got into coaching and my experience at Windsor, where I was the head coach for a couple of years, and then coming back here to coach with Coach Sturts. I had an interesting relationship with Coach Sturts because he was my head coach when I played here, and he was actually the first person I ever met when I moved to Liberty, and he really kind of took me under his wing and showed me the town and really made me want to come here. So it's been a really interesting relationship I've had with Coach Sturts, being able to play for him and now be able to coach for him and see both sides of the game. And my book just kind of takes you through that. It's nothing awe-inspiring necessarily. It's just something that I was fortunate to work on and didn't really plan on publishing it. It just kind of happened, and it's kind of cool to have that just to really highlights the program and puts it in a good light. So, yeah. All right. Thanks for having me. Like I said, I can check this off the bucket list. Was on a press conference. I'm truly honored. I hope you guys come out tonight against Coach Park Hill when we go Coaches versus Cancer. And thanks again for having me.
Weekly Coaches News Conference on KLPS TV is brought to you by Hawthorne Bank, a proud sponsor of Liberty School District. At Hawthorne Bank, we understand the importance of strong community in a strong school district. We also understand the importance of strong financial future for our school district's families and for our local businesses. Hawthorne Bank, with you every step. And by Jackson Hewitt. For all your tax needs, personal or business, rely on tax professionals at Jackson Hewitt and Liberty, a full-service tax preparation professional. Jackson Hewitt.